Hey everyone, Vintage Fan Collector here, and today we have my 400 subscribers special. That's right, we finally made it to 400 subscribers. As I said in my video for what my 400 subscribers special was going to be, I did in fact replace the bedroom ceiling fan, the 1990 Casablanca San Marino, with my 1982 Slumber Quiet Casablanca Panama 5. This fan was given to me by Jared. He bought it for me in the Austin, Texas Restore on a family trip somewhere. I forgot. I think he just went to Austin for something. Anyway, he bought it for me mainly for the light kit, which I used on my San Marino while it was installed here. So it's back on its original fan. It didn't have any blades or a flywheel adapter present, so we snagged a set of Ford Zephyr arms and logo tip walnut blades, which I do have, but they are not in the best condition they used to be, which is okay. So instead of using those, I threw on a set of walnut wide body cane blades from 1981 that came off of the 1981 polished copper Casablanca Zephyr that I've also got from him. I have part of it now. The rest of it I was just too lazy to get when I got these blades from him the other day. I installed this on Monday, and it's Wednesday. I filmed a video of it last night, but I decided that it was poor quality. Now that I'm actually alone, I'll film a video where my parents aren't fighting and all that kind of stuff. I also have a sweet video light that I'm probably going to use for fan videos, since this is much brighter because it's a higher wattage than the light I usually use. Anyway, we'll go ahead and demonstrate it. It has this typical Slumber Quiet 3-position pull switch. I do not have the D1 option on, so the light kit is controlled by the 3-way chain. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate the fan, starting with the slowest setting. Now this Slumber Quiet does not go as slow as my Victorian does for some reason. It may be on its way, I'm not sure, but it functions decently well otherwise. I don't have the greatest range of speeds, but I can definitely tell there's an improvement, or a range of speeds. Like, there definitely, it doesn't just do the typical low and then towards the middle it just cuts to high. There's actually a medium speed on this thing. It just maybe the trim or however they did that. I don't know. Anyway, my 1982 Victorian is not the same as this 1982 Panama. This fan, obviously, since y'all didn't get me to 400 subscribers by my date of January 21st, I am doing the 4-blade one, so I didn't have to spend any money or time to find a set of 5 blades and 5 Zephyr arms. I could not add another Zephyr arm to these because these are the 4-only Zephyr arms, where they kind of take up more space. You can kind of see what I mean. These are the earlier ones. Trying to get a good angle. There we go. Anyway, this low speed is about equivalent to speed 1 on IntelliTouch. So usually I think Slumber Quiet can go a little slower. I'm pretty sure it can, but this is a pretty good low speed either way. It does like pretty much nothing airflow wise, but it's for looks. That's all that matters. Alright, we'll adjust it a little bit. About right there. Now I actually prefer these with 4 blades because of the flywheel. I don't actually like the flywheel adapter all that much. Personally, I don't know. I don't really like it that much. But I would like to have a 5-blade Zephyr arm Panama because of the fan book that Casablanca came out with in 1983. On the cover is a nice white and brass with stencil Panama 5 with 5 Zephyr arms. And on the back is a nice 4 Seasons arm one, because back in 81 and 82, the only options you had for these things were Zephyr arms or 4 Seasons arms. If you wanted 48 inches, you got 4 Seasons arms. If you wanted Zephyr for 52, you got those. they didn't have the typical Panama short arms until 1983, and at that year you could choose all 3 different arms, and then, like, as in like more of old stock rather, and then by 1984 when they were all pretty much IntelliTouch, or they were. Now 83 they did have IntelliTouch Panamas, but according to that live broadcast thing that Cole uploaded, we found out that they were only available in certain finishes and you know, certain gallery editions. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, this would have been what it would look like. This specific fan, either that or, of course, Four Seasons arms. So one of the two. And yeah, pretty neat. But yeah. So I'll go ahead and turn it up again. Just thought y'all might want to know that. Now it shows a slight improvement in speeds. It is kind of interesting. It doesn't really... It seems at the low speed there's a very low range, or a very low variation in the low. Not sure why that is, but it's definitely going faster. I definitely can tell. It might be the knob is just a tad loose. I'm not sure. But either way... It's kind of annoying actually not to have an IntelliTouch fan, so I definitely will not keep this as a permanent bedroom fan, which then again nothing ever is. Plus I have 2 more years to live in this house, so ouch. The San Marino was about up for a year. No, it would have been later on. But yeah, so it would have been in March of this year that it would have been up for a year. So I'd have to celebrate the actual year anniversary of it being here in May. They put it up by March. I'll go just a tad bit more. Now I definitely do see an improvement. Oh, my light fell down for some random reason. Sorry about that. I guess it's kind of heavy. Stay up, booty face. Sorry about that. Okay. Just a bit more. Yeah, this definitely is a lot better lighting than I had previously for this bedroom. Over the years, I've had better and worse video lighting for this specific room. I've done one where I put a 4-foot fluorescence fixture under this. I don't have any at my disposal right now. All of the ones I have are installed. Don't have any in storage right now to test bulbs with or anything. It's kind of annoying actually, but oh well. But yeah, back to what I was saying, the IntelliTouch, I got used to that. I've had IntelliTouch in my room for 2 years. And roughly 2 years, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I got the Saturn in March, and I also got the San Marino in March. Huh. Okay. A little bit more of a medium-ish high. So it pretty much has the 3 positions that everybody normally would use, and a little bit of variations of each. It's pretty much exactly what I need. However, I'm kind of... I miss my light dimming. I don't have the wiring to do separate light and fan dimming like that. Fan control and light control. I could rewire it, but I'm too lazy right now. Plus, we still have rats, so I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, as you could obviously tell, I cleaned my room so I can actually take the old San Marino down and put this up. And honestly, I gotta say, even though it's not completely clean, it is so much better. Oh my gosh. It's just I didn't have a lot of time, motivation, plus I didn't really have places to put the stuff. I had to figure out where to put the Christmas stuff, and then after that I had to figure out where those boxes will go and the contents that were inside of them, but I figured all that out. Alright, now high speed. This also doesn't move as much or it moves more air, but it doesn't go as fast as the San Marino did. But it moves more air because the blades are thinner, so they're lighter. For some reason, between non-gloss and gloss blades, the non-gloss are obviously going to be lighter. But this is real solid cut plywood blades. Even though they sound like they'd be heavier, they're so thin they wouldn't. Versus like I don't know what they used. I think it might be a plywood veneer, like they just kind of layered plywood. I'm not sure exactly how they did the newer blades, but it's that plus gloss. So the newer blades, round tip stuff is definitely thicker than pointed tip. And these just seem to cut through the air better and move more air. One of them is pretty warped, but this Downrod ball, I had to use an old, newer Downrod, like a 1987 to 1997 generation. Double Downrod is what I call them, because for an extension you have to take the ball off, and it's a little 3-inch stub, and then you slide on a longer Downrod above that. So I call it double Downrod because of that. Not sure what they actually call it. It's a neat but also annoying design, because yeah, the 3-inch Downrod is standard. You can't remove it unless you remove the 3 screws, so it's not like the other 2 Downrod systems that they had. Yeah, this is a more informational take than the last one. Actually, I like this better. I can say more about the fan. But yeah, I also obviously put the regular hang true back. It looks like, by the looks of it, I used the hatch for the original hang true that was in my bedroom, not the original hang true itself, because I don't know if I'm using that one in my brother's room or not. Either way, it has that little paint thing, the paint smear that my bedroom fan always had. I don't remember what was on it. Something was always stuck on it for as long as I can remember. Then we finally got it off, but there was still a stain. But anyway, it's kind of cool. I do miss the W11 because that's what I remember when I was in here, but I do like pull chain fans. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of, for my room, since that's what I grew up with, I always wanted an IntelliTouch fan, at least in this house. But now I'm just down to one IntelliTouch fan for now. I didn't bother changing out my brother's room fan. I was going to put the San Marino in there, but I'm glad I didn't actually, because that means I can put my San Marino up whenever I want. Okay, I might as well just turn off the switch. Slow. That. Anyway, I'll watch it spin down. The bearings are medium. They're not terrible, but they're just a tad noisy. Spin down's alright. It's a little different because one of the blades is, as I said, warped, but it's so balanced. Also, this hang true is really this recalled hang true, which is supposedly the worst thing ever. Now, I know that they do fall and stuff, but trust, 50 out of like almost 1 million or more fans have fallen. 50 out of 1 million, that's a really small percentage. And there are ways to tell. In this specific hang true, the ball is actually seated where it should be. It's not showing too much, it's not showing any signs of falling or anything. And it's also extremely tight on the socket's really tight on the ball, so it actually kind of, you can do that, and it'll, you know, yeah, you can do that. So it's good. This specific one is good. Most of my hang trues actually are, that's a little crooked. Most of my hang trues are actually quite sturdy, especially the one with the Zephyr. I just got lucky, I guess. I can't wiggle any of my fans out of them like Cole did. I'm aware that's obviously possible, that it could happen, but I do not personally see a reason to use a recalled hang true clip on any of my fans. Now, you might say otherwise on your own, that's fine. If you feel like it is unsafe, go right ahead and put one on, that's fine, or just use a regular hang true that's not recalled. But I will stick with mine, so I really would prefer if you don't have your dumb comments like, I'm making a recall. Yes, I know. Thanks for telling me something I already knew. I don't like when people do that. It's really annoying. It's like, yeah, I get it, but it's my fan, not yours, so unless you want to come down to my house and change it out for me, don't talk about it. I like the look of the hang true ball without the clip, because that's how it's intended to look. And unless I really need one, I will not use one. That is how it's going to be. And if I notice that the opening becomes larger as the years go by on one of my fans, I will definitely put a clip on or change the entire canopy. But until then, I will not. Because I know that people are really getting worried about that, and since Cole made the video, people are definitely freaking out about it. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, it is sort of, but at the same time, it's really not. The thing that's actually more common is light globes falling out of these recalled light fitters. If you use, a lot of people have used higher wattage bulbs, and these would melt into triangles around the set screws, and then the glass would just slide out and shatter unless the bulb catches it. So that's a common thing. People just get longer screws. That is more common. You'll more commonly find a light kit like this with pot metal fitters that are melted a little bit. That's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. But before I go to the quickie, sorry this video has become long. Before I go to the close-ups, just want to point out these blades are interestingly imperfect. They have, the cane seems to be just a tad off on each one in the exact same space, and the hole spacing is like a millimeter off of the blade arm on this side, a millimeter to... Actually, wait a minute, are these skinnier on both? No, some of these are actually, okay, this one is skinnier on both sides. This one hangs over a little bit on this side and is over that. Huh, weird. So they're all kind of imperfect in different ways. That's interesting. Still isn't the balance of the fan. Neat. That's interesting, actually. But yeah, that's early Casablanca for you. I guess they weren't as perfect, which is alright. Anyway, that's this portion of the video. Thank y'all for staying.